Hello once again, YouTube. This is Lord Bartholom with his second part to the 11 Satanic Rules of the Earth explanation. In the last video, I had finished explaining the 6th rule, and this would like to finish explaining 7 through 11. Now, the 11th rule states, acknowledge the power of magic if you have employed it successfully to obtain your desires. If you deny the power of magic after having called upon it with success, you will lose all you have obtained. Unlike the previous ones, this isn't all that self-explanatory since it dwells into the act of magic, which in itself is a complicated subject, due to the wide range of definitions for that same topic. What I gathered from LeVay's words, however, is that if you do not accept the fact that magic was the reason or a factor in obtaining what you have gained, then that will place doubt within you. Thus, this doubt will plant a seed, so to speak, within your subconscious mind, and thus close the gates to the mental and spiritual state needed to perform magic. It is widely believed in most sections that if you think about a spell performed, the spell will not come to fruition. This is mainly due to the fact that if you constantly think about something, eventually you start doubting, because humans naturally doubt. Humans are naturally pessimistic, even optimistic people. Doubt happens. So don't overthink things. Don't second guess yourself. Now, magic works because of your belief or your faith in its existence, and thus the act of it working. Magic is not a machine. It's not a physical object which works depending on different parts. It is a tool, but it is a spiritual tool. Thus, it's changeable. You can change it into anything you want. You can give it any form. But it does need fuel. The fuel for magic is your own beliefs and your will to create the change you desire. Thus, if you do not have this belief in the system of magic, then it will not come to fruition for you. Get it? Now, the 8th rule states, do not complain about anything to which you need not subject yourself. Yet again, another self-explanatory one. This one revolves around the simple fact that people tend to bitch or whine about something that does not affect them in any way. A good example of this would be gay marriage. Hilarious, isn't it? A great majority of people dislike the idea. Thus, they state their own opinion against it, as if the two people getting married affected their lives in any way. I mean, sure, most people hate gays, mainly men, because of their own, issues with their sexuality, and pretty much if one guy is gay, then they might think they're gay, which might actually lead to them being gay, and the only reason they don't accept it is because of society and shit. Figures, huh? Thus, people act like two people getting gay, two perfect strangers. Like, it does not include them in any way. It could be people that live down the street from you. It could be people that live in Hawaii when you live in New York. But if those two people get married, someone in New York will bitch and whine as if he knows those two people personally and thinks completely against it. What the hell? If they're this video isn't about gay marriage, but that is a good example. And I'm pretty sure you've heard people, mainly on the news or anywhere you look, that they do dislike gay marriage, as if they were the ones getting married. Now, the 9th rule states, do not harm little children. Why Anton LaVey wrote this rule, this rather self-explanatory, obvious rule for a satanic cult, I don't know, since it's fucking self-explanatory. Duh! Satanists are bad people in any religious group, in any organization whatsoever, be it philosophy, be it political, be it whatever the fuck. There will be bad people, people who abuse other people, even if that organization or that rule states, do not do this. Kind of like in an office it says, don't fuck, and yet you still see people fucking in the freaking lunchroom. Just locking the door, fuck, get out, nothing happens. Duh. Now, where did this come from? This was pretty much I'm guessing this is Anton LaVey's purpose, to let people know that Satanists are bad people. That in no way does he condone blood sacrifices, death, killing of children, rape, all that nonsense. He does not condone it. Get that through your thick heads, people. We do not hurt anyone. The only people that do, and the funny thing is that it's widely known that the most people who actually state Satanists do that are Christians, the good guys. Isn't that amusing that the good guys attack the bad guys, but the bad guys don't do shit to the good guys? Yeah. Rule number 10. Do not kill non-human animals unless you are attacked or for your food. Huh. This mainly revolves around the nature of things. Pretty much, duh. Humans are the only creatures on the planet that kills for no fucking reason. And that is actually true. I mean, we have hunters. We kill great majority of food that we throw away, which in itself is actually rather amusing that we gather all of this food from animals and yet we throw away the parts that a few hundred years ago would have been used completely. I mean, look at the Native Americans. They used every single part of the things they killed. The buffalo, they would use the fur for clothing. They would use the bones for making of tools. They would use the intestines for whatever the reason. I'm not going to try to state that I know anything about Native Americans or their traditions, but I do know for a fact they did not throw anything away. Now, we kill something, we take what we want, we throw everything away. Kind of funny, isn't it? That's why a lot of people, well, I wouldn't say a lot of people, but a lot of people that I know kind of think that we should revert a little backwards instead of continuously going forward to a self-destructive society. So yeah, don't kill animals because you don't have a right to. What right? Who gave you the right to kill another living thing for your own pleasure? Like, I know people swap mosquitoes and shit. That's obvious. They're fucking annoying. But a tiger, for example, or a wolf, animals that are about on the verge of existence that are only killed for sport and or for their fur, when you could simply go to Walmart and get a coat that works exactly the same as a fur coat. Why? Who gave you that right? I'll tell you who gave that right. The Holy Bible. Go figure. Last but not least, the 11th rule, which states, when walking in open territory, bother no one. If someone bothers you, ask him to stop. If he does not stop, destroy him. First off, I will begin this by stating that I seriously doubt Anton meant to actually kill someone if they bother you. So anyone who takes the destroy him section, that seriously has issues and clearly didn't get the point that we aren't bad people and we do not condone violence. Now this one revolves around the interesting little idea which revolves around the fact that if someone hurts you, you should hurt them back. I don't remember the exact quotation from the Satanic Bible, but it went around something close to, if someone were to slap you on one cheek, smite him on the other. Similar to two other rules in this explanation, this one likewise was around people pissing you off and you doing something about it. Not trying to ignore it simply because it's the right thing to do. The right thing to do is you turning around, telling the person off, and walking away. If you choose to use violence, of the physical or verbal, is up to you. If you choose to simply continue to ignore him and or threaten him, up to you. This rule does not tell you to do anything bad, for destroy can easily be used as a synonym for end. And similar to that weird misconception that death in the occult nature usually means for something to finish and a new thing to begin, thus the cycle of reincarnation. Yeah, not always meaning killing people. Thus, find a way to simply end the source of the annoyance. I leave it in your hands to decide how exactly to do that. Well, that's all for now. The time between this video and my next explanation will range upon the interest of others in this little explanation. If no one seems to care, then I'll take my time in putting another video, since, like I said, this is a video log for me. If people do take interest, I may or may not shorten the time and actually put some thought into the next video. Don't know yet, thus, later, YouTube.